If you guys are looking to buy or sell any of your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins in preparation for Team of the Season, check out u4gm.com and use code ELITE at checkout. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and today we're talking FIFA 23 market. Is it going to recover and be healthy for the first time in weeks? Or are we bound for another market crash once Team of the Season hype really hits and a loading screen comes on Wednesday announcing community tots coming out next Friday? Is the market gonna go even lower? That's what we're talking about today. So if you're excited for the video and excited for Team of the Season, don't forget to drop a like on the video. We're shooting for 200 likes, and we'll also go ahead and shout out that notification button because we are just around the corner for Team of the Season, and you do not want to miss that Team of the Season content, guys. So as I mentioned, we've got community Team of the Season just around the corner, and we've got a lot of predictions already out. Futbin on YouTube, they've put out a lot of their predictions, and to be honest, when I'm looking at these cards, I think that some of these are juiced more than I think they're going to juice community tots, because community Team of the Season is like, it's like the teaser. They're not going to drop the best cards during community tots. They want to drop just enough to where you'll open some packs and you'll spend all of the packs you've saved up, but not good enough to the point where you're really getting good value, and then you're going to want to end up buying more upgrade packs or buying FIFA points for the later Team of the Seasons, for La Liga, for Premier League, for Ultimate Tots when that comes at the end. But some of these cards do look pretty good. There's definitely going to be some superstars in the promo as well as some cheap cards in the community Team of the Season. But what I will say is that I think that community tots won't affect the market as much negatively as we think it will. In fact, I think during the first week of community Team of the Season, we are going to recognize how long that promo actually is, 6-7 weeks long for Team of the Season, and people are going to really start feeling more comfortable with buying, which they already have to an extent. If you take a look at Trophy Titans Team number 2, which just came out yesterday, this team has already started rising in price. Now, of course, these cards are probably going to come back down today and tomorrow, as they're never most expensive on day number 1. But if you take a look at some of these cards like Xavi, this card was 700K, and he got over $1 million into the night. Vieira, he was about 3.8 mil, and now he's 4.4 million coins. Baresi was down to 620, and a couple of these other cards rising as well. There's not a lot of fear when buying these cards right now, which is different from last week when everything started dropping and just didn't stop. It never started rising, even on the first night. So we're already seeing a little bit of difference between Team 2 and Team 1. Now, this could be several factors. One, maybe there weren't as many packs saved for this team, which means that there wasn't as much supply on day number 1. Maybe the pack weight is lower for Team number 2 in comparison to Team number 1. Maybe people just aren't afraid to buy these cards, or it's a combination of all three. I don't know. But what I do know is the market is getting healthier. And if you take a look at the entire market index, it's going up. So right now we're seeing a little bit of health on the market. But how long is this going to last with community tots just around the corner? And my answer to that is probably about 3 to 4 days. I wouldn't be holding any cards past Tuesday, because on Wednesday, we're probably going to expect to have some sort of loading screen. And once that loading screen comes, people will panic sell just because of the word Team of the Season. There's not going to be too much to panic about other than the fact that blue cards are coming. But once next Friday comes and people who have saved their packs start opening and people understand how long that Team of the Season promo is, and they start buying their team and buying their new tots card and linking those tots cards together with cards that already exist in the game, well, we're going to see the market recover in price. So I don't think that it's going to see too much of a rise over the course of the next week, but after this week, that's when it starts to go up during community tots. Now, if you take a look at Team 1 of Trophy Titans, these cards now have gone out of packs, and despite the fact that they continued to drop all while they were in packs, they are skyrocketing in price. So of course, we uploaded a video about halfway through that week showing you guys cards you should buy from this promo in Trophy Titans. I mentioned Philip Lahm, I mentioned Miroslav Klose, I mentioned Del Piero, I mentioned Lucio, and all of those cards continued to drop about 2 days even after that video came out. I should have probably uploaded it a little later in the week, but I didn't think that the cards would continue to drop on Thursday, but they did. However, if you take a look at their moves now, Philip Lahm and all of the other cards in this promo, he's now up to 384. And if you take a look at what he was just a day ago, 335K. So we shouted out this card probably in this area right before that crash one more time, and he got down to about 330, but he is now back up to about 385, and he is rising quickly. So the health on this market is probably going to continue in this trend over the next few days. I wouldn't be surprised if this card gets over 400K by the time that I upload my next video. But the card is probably going to come back down a little bit just because of the panic on Wednesday. So if I've got any of these cards as investments, which a lot of you guys probably do, I would still sell that before the loading screen comes out in the midweek. You've got a few days to decide on when you want to sell, and of course, there's probably not an exact answer I can give you right now. Could it be Sunday night? Could it be Tuesday afternoon? He is somewhere in that area. All right, just keep a track of his price. Maybe list him overnight one of these nights and try to get a sale while you're asleep. But all of those cards seem to be on the upward trend, which is great, great news for us. Now, when it comes to making an investment in team number 2, as I said, if we look at the comparison between team 1 and team 2, it does look healthier, but you also run the risk of the loading screen on Wednesday bringing some of these cards down. So for me, I'm going to see how they move throughout the weekend and how low they get, and that'll determine if I want to buy these cards on Sunday or if I want to wait until the end of Trophy Titans Team 2's week on Thursday and Friday like Team 1 did and buy them then. So I would hold off on buying them now. Of course, there were great flips on day 1. I've shown you guys that day 1 flipping method week in and week out, so hopefully you guys are taking advantage of that. But we've got ourselves a leaked SBC, and it is not Objective Lampard. Foot Sheriff said Lampard was coming as an objective during Trophy Titans. Well, he's not an objective. He is actually in Trophy Titans team number 2. Now, we can't forget about this Bonucci SBC, which is leaked to come as a flashback SBC during Trophy Titans. We don't know which day, and a lot of people thought it was going to come out on Friday, yesterday, but it didn't. And so investments for this have been a little bit overlooked. Some have been sold off, and cards have actually come down a little bit. And I think there's a couple of cards that really make sense to buy for this Bonucci. Now, the first one is Federico Chiesa. This Juventus card, 630,000 coins right now, not a bad price. If you take a look at his 14-day hourly, his lowest price was about 580K. That happened because, well, he didn't come out yesterday, and people panic sold him because they invested probably here, somewhere around here, and then when he didn't come out, well, he crashed down. Now, he has recovered very, very well, so I wouldn't spend a dime over 630, but once this SBC does come out, you could see him spike back up. As you can see, he got back up to 650 already in recovery, and right now he's hovering right in the middle. But I wouldn't spend any more than 630, and even then I would tread lightly, maybe go for a little bit lower of a snipe than what he's currently selling at. But he does get a perfect link to that Bonucci. He's got the same club, same league, same nation. So this card could be a good shout for that. Then you're looking at Gianluigi Donnarumma. Now, of course, he's got a new Inform card, and we actually invested in the 89 rated Inform a long time ago. And, well, that card did really, really well out of packs. If you take a look, he went from 37K to 200,000 coins. Now, he has dropped a lot over the last couple of weeks, and now that he's got a new Inform, he's dropped even more. But this new Inform card, only a +1, is actually cheaper than what his 89 used to be. And with the new Bonucci coming, a lot of people might switch their goalkeeper out to get Bonucci that extra chemistry with the Italian link. 120K right now isn't the greatest because he has been going down, and he could continue to go down if Bonucci doesn't come out today. But I think if Bonucci does come out today, he'll start rising, and this could be a great link that people will use, despite the fact that he does not actually play in Serie A. I think that Italian link at goalkeeper is still a great shout for a card that's relevant, in packs right now, and informs have been some of the most reliable ways to make coins throughout the year, especially earlier in the year when we did that every single week. We traded with these cards, and we would buy these cards on like Saturday night and Sunday, and they'd already be rising a ton by Tuesday before they're even out of packs. So inform cards have been really reliable. You're just playing with a little bit of fire over the next 24 hours. If you were to buy this morning when this video goes up and the Bonucci doesn't come out at 6 p.m. UK, you could probably see this card go down a lot more on Saturday. So it really just depends on when this Bonucci comes out, but not a bad idea. And there's a lot of other Italian cards that if you guys have a good feeling about, you could probably try to make an investment on those. But what I would say is I'm not really thinking that the Italian icons are really going to be affected a ton in price by the Bonucci SBC. Other than, I don't know, maybe Baresi, given the fact that Baresi is also an Italian center back. Could he get replaced? Maybe, probably not. If he does go down, that's probably not the reason why. So that's a really cool SBC that is on its way. But if you take a look right here, we have Raul, 93 rated SBC / objective. It could come as either. And given the fact that it didn't come as an objective and we've got that Bergkamp objective right now, I would assume this is going to come as an SBC here in the next couple of days. I wouldn't be surprised if they priced it similar to Capita. It's going to be a usable card. It's not going to excel in any specific area. And I'd be surprised if this really affects the market. Now, if they make it like you have to complete an 86 rated squad and that's it, well, maybe it'll have more of an effect on the SBC fodder market than we expect. But to be honest, the card just doesn't look too ahead of the power curve, especially with Team of the Season on its way. I don't think it's going to affect SBC fodder a ton. But speaking of squad building challenge fodder, we have got still 83s pretty cheap. But if we think about what happened during Team of the Year, the last big promo that really skyrocketed this this fodder a ton, and of course 83s were up for Foot birthday as well, but it wasn't 83s that rose during Team of the Year. It was 85s that rose the most in Team of the Year, and these cards are still under 9,000 coins. So if you're going to invest in any SBC fodder, if you want to go with a no-risk investment, that's where you go with the 83s. It makes sense to buy 83s if you don't want to take any risk, but it can get annoying buying hundreds of cards and trying to sell hundreds of cards. And when we come around to Team of the Season and everybody's opening their packs, 83s are going to be a lot easier to pack. And so they're probably going to be supplied more, and I don't imagine EA are going to drop so many SBCs that need 83s to where it can keep up with that amount of supply. But 85s and 86s and anything above that, for that matter, I really like 85s at this price. That's probably my favorite of them, and 86s aren't bad, but 85s for 8.8K or less, you're going to be making profit as Team of the Season rolls around. You're going to see a lot of SBCs requiring this. If you take a look back at all of the player SBCs during Team of the Year, no matter what they were rated, if it was even Mbappe or if it was just Pogba, no matter what it was, these cards were needed. The 85s were needed. The 83s weren't nearly needed as much. So the 85s were always a requirement. Some of the SBCs even needed, you know, build an 83 rated squad, but include two 85s in it. And so you didn't even need 83s anymore. You just threw in two 85s and a bunch of 81s and 82s. So I don't think 83s are really as desirable for me right now as an investment. I think 85s are the move. 86 is not bad. If you take a look at 87s, they could go up over, you know, 20, 21K. But when you look at return on investment percentage, 85s have the highest potential for me. You look at 88s at 25K, that's not bad there. Plus, you're getting an inform. But if they have informs and Team of the Week cards out during Team of the Season, all of the cards that are in the current Team of the Week are going to be packed a ton. Now, if Team of the Week for some reason goes out of packs again, like they did during the World Cup, then informs are a great investment. But unless that happens, which is unlikely, you're probably looking at these cards staying just about as cheap as the gold cards. Like you're looking at 87s where informs are actually cheaper. They're cheaper than the gold versions of cards that are in packs, which is pretty crazy to see. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, do not forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'll see you guys again in tomorrow's upload. The secret comment word of the day is Tots, T-O-T-S. Use that in your comment, and I'll make sure to drop a heart on your comment. Before you click away, I do want to shout out the fact that we have been starting to stream over on kick.com. So if you go to kick.com/elite, you guys can follow my live streams. We've switched from Twitch over to Kick, and so you guys can go follow me there. I only have 81 followers right now, so get me to 100. That'd be awesome. All right, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.